Let's get straight to it. Number 7.
The cactus water fantasy. This might be the most dangerous desert myth ever created, courtesy of old Western movies. The classic scene: a desperate hero slices open a cactus and pours out clear, refreshing water. In reality, doing that is basically speed-running the afterlife. Cacti are not some nature's water fountains waiting to get tapped. They're sophisticated chemical defense systems built to discourage animals from eating them. The liquid inside most cacti isn't water at all. It's a thick, highly acidic goo loaded with toxic alkaloids. It tastes like bitter battery acid mixed with mucus and cat piss, and your body immediately recognizes it as poison. If you manage to swallow it, the response is brutal: intense vomiting and severe diarrhea. When you're already dehydrated, throwing up is catastrophic. It strips away your remaining fluids and electrolytes incredibly fast. Instead of helping you survive, you've just turbocharged the dehydration process. Yes, there is technically one species, the fishhook barrel cactus, that can be relatively safe. But unless you're an expert botanist, you won't reliably tell it apart from the deadly ones. Taking your chances with a random cactus is like playing Russian roulette with your kidneys. So, lil bro, leave the spiky plants alone.
Number 6.
The moss as a compass myth. You're lost deep in the woods, your GPS is dead, and panic is creeping in. Then you notice a soft green patch on a tree and remember the old saying, moss grows on the north side. Feeling confident, you pick a direction and walk straight into disaster. Here's the reality: moss does not know what north is. Moss isn't directional, it's opportunistic. It wants moisture and shade, nothing more. Yes, in the northern hemisphere, the north side of trees often gets less sunlight, but nature doesn't follow classroom diagrams. Trees block light from other trees, hills and slopes create weird microclimates. A damp breeze can encourage moss to grow on the south, east, or west side without hesitation. In thick forests, moss can wrap around an entire trunk like a fuzzy jacket. Trusting it for navigation is basically rolling the dice. You're not reading a compass, you're tracking humidity. Unless you enjoy playing guess which way is damp, use the sun or carry an actual compass. Moss is a plant, not a navigation system, dipshit.
Number 5. The water rationing trap. Picture this. You're stranded in the desert. The sun feels like it's burning straight through your head. You've got a single bottle of water. Every survival movie ever tells you, save it. So you take tiny, careful sips. Congratulations, you just sabotaged yourself. This is one of the most dangerous survival myths because it sounds reasonable, but trying to ration water when you're already dehydrated can be deadly. Rescue teams often discover victims lying next to canteens that are still partially full. Why? Because dehydration is subtle. It doesn't only make you thirsty, it shuts down your ability to think. As fluid levels drop, judgment evaporates. Confusion sets in, delirium follows, and eventually you forget you even have water. By the time you decide to drink properly, it's already too late. The science is simple. Water sitting in a bottle does nothing. It only helps once it's inside your body. Your body is the only container that matters. Saving water in plastic while your organs are failing is like holding on to ammo in a video game until the credits roll. If you're thirsty, drink. A hydrated brain can think clearly and find more water. A dead one can't.
Number 4. Punching a shark in the nose. Why would anyone even do this? This is the absolute peak of bro science survival advice. We've all heard it. If a great white charges you, just smack it on the snout and it'll retreat in embarrassment. In reality, that's a fast track to turning your hand into a snack. Let's talk physics. Have you ever tried to throw a real punch underwater? It's like fighting inside a slow-motion nightmare. Water is about 800 times denser than air, so your legendary Jake Paul swing turns into a weak, sad tap before it ever connects. You simply can't generate enough speed or force to injure a 2,000-pound predator that's been evolution's final boss for millions of years. Then there's accuracy. The nose is a tiny, constantly moving target positioned mere millimeters above rows of serrated steak knives. Miss by an inch, and your fist goes straight into the bite zone. On top of that, shark skin is covered in dermal denticles, basically microscopic teeth, which will shred your knuckles on contact. If you're attacked, stop trying to box. Go for the eyes or attack the gills. Those are the real weak points. Punching a shark isn't self-defense. It's just ringing the dinner bell with your fist. But either way, you're cooked, bro.
Number 3.
The snow cone survival myth. You're lost in the mountains, surrounded by endless fields of clean white snow. You're thirsty. It looks like nature built you an unlimited slushy machine, so you start eating handfuls of it. Huge mistake. You're not fixing dehydration, you're performing thermal self-destruction. Here's why. Physics doesn't give a shit about you. Snow isn't water yet. It's frozen water. Before your body can use it, that snow has to change from solid to liquid. And that phase change requires a lot of energy, the latent heat of fusion. And where does that energy come from? Your core body heat. Every bite is like dumping ice directly onto your internal furnace. Each mouthful pulls heat away from your vital organs, dramatically speeding up hypothermia. You'll freeze from the inside long before thirst gets you. There's more. Snow is mostly air. You'd need to eat massive amounts to get meaningful hydration, while scraping and damaging your mouth and throat. The cold causes cracks and sores that invite infection. Never eat snow raw. Melt it first, in a bottle against your body or over a fire. Eating snow doesn't save you. It just swaps dehydration for a frozen coffin.
Number 2, sucking out the venom. We've all seen it. The action hero gets nailed by a snake, pulls out a knife, slices the bite open, leans in, and spits out the poison like a champ. It looks cool, it looks brave, it's also incredibly stupid. If you try this in real life, you're not saving anyone, you're just increasing the body count. Here's the biology Hollywood skips. Snake venom isn't a slow, gooey liquid you can vacuum back out. It enters the bloodstream and lymphatic system almost immediately. By the time you bend down to play vampire, that venom is already racing toward the heart. There is no universe where your mouth is faster than the circulatory system. It gets worse. The human mouth is basically a bacteria swamp. Putting it on an open wound dumps millions of germs straight into an already stressed body, almost guaranteeing a serious infection on top of tissue damage. And if you have even the tiniest cut on your lips or gums, congrats, now you're envenomated too. Now the rescue team has 2 dying idiots to deal with instead of 1. So don't cut, don't suck. Keep the limb low, stay calm, and get to a hospital.
Number 1. The play dead gamble. This is the survival advice everyone remembers from school. See a bear, drop to the ground, curl up, don't move. Sounds simple. But if you do this with a black bear, you're not increasing your odds. You're basically serving yourself on a plate. This myth is deadly because it treats all bears as the same animal. They are not. Grizzly bears usually attack out of defense, not hunger. They're protecting cubs or territory. In that specific scenario, playing dead can work because it tells the bear you're no longer a threat. You might get tossed around, but once you stop moving, the bear often disengages and leaves. Black bears are a completely different story. They're smaller, more aggressive, and far more likely to behave like predators. If a black bear is approaching you, there's a good chance it's trying to get all up on that. Lying down at that point is basically saying, no need to chase me, dinner is ready. You've removed the hardest part of the hunt for it. With black bears, you fight back with everything you have. Make noise, yell, throw rocks, hit the snout, be as threatening as possible. And if it's a polar bear, honestly, you're most likely already cooked. Playing dead doesn't make you safe, it just makes the job easier. Learn the difference between bears, or you're just convenient takeout. That's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more reality checks. I drop new videos every single day.